No longer, voice, no longer let wooing shape your cry. You're beyond it. Even though you'd call out as clear as a bird when spring first bears him aloft, almost forgetting that he's a cautious creature and not an unsheathed heart being flung into brightness, into passionate skies. Like him with all his art, you'd also woo, as yet invisible, so that some silent mate might learn of you thus, while in her listening a reply slowly wakened and warmed, the heart cry kindled by your own passionate fire. Oh, and spring would understand. Annunciation would echo everywhere. First those small questioning notes which a clear, confident day would surround with heightening silence. Then up the calls, up their flight of steps to the dreamt-of temple of the future. Then the trill, that fountain, whose jet ascends through its own falling as in a union of promise and play. And up ahead, summer. Not just all summer's dawns, not just how they change into day and glisten with Genesis. Not just the days which are mild around flowers, and above around the full-formed trees, forceful and strong. Not just the calm reverence in these outspread powers. Not just the paths, not just the meadows as evening deepens. Not just, after late thunderstorms, the pulsing clarity. Not just the approach of sleep and, at twilight, a premonition, but the nights, all those towering summer nights, and the stars of earth. Oh, to be dead one day and then know them forever, all the stars, for how to forget them? And thus I've called to my lover, but not she alone would come. Other girls would come from weak graves and gather, for how could I limit the call once I'd called it? The buried are forever seeking earth's surface again. You children, one present thing grasped truly would count for so many. The whole of destiny crowds into childhood. How often you would overtake your lover, panting from the blissful race, out ahead, breaking for freedom. Life here is magic. Even you knew that, you girls, who seem so deprived of it, whose lives twisted down into the city's vilest streets, festering, or opened for the worst debris. There was an hour for each of you, perhaps not even an hour, but between two intervals, a space scarcely measured by the rules of time, when you existed completely, veins filled with existence. But we so easily forget what our laughing neighbor neither covets nor confirms. We want to lift it up and show it, even though the most visible happiness only reveals itself when we've changed it within. Nowhere, love, will world exist but within. Our lives pass in transformation, and all the while the outer realm is lessening. Where a solid house once was, some concocted structure shoots into view, as at ease among concepts as if it still stood in the brain. The zeitgeist is stockpiling vast reservoirs of power, formless as the tensile urge it pulls out of everything. It no longer recognizes temples. Furtively we hoard what the heart once lavished. Where one of them still survives, a thing once prayed to, knelt before, revered, it's already reaching out secretly into the invisible. Many no longer see it, yet forgo the advantage of building it within now, with pillars and statues greater. Each dull turn of the world creates its dispossessed, for whom neither the past nor what's taking shape has substance, since for humans even what's near is far away. But this needn't perplex us. Rather strengthen us in our preserving the still recognized form. This once stood among men, stood with fate the destroyer, stood amid not knowing why or where to, as though it lived there, and bent stars closer from secured heavens. Angel, now you shall see it too. There, in your gaze it finally stands redeemed, erect for eternity. Pillars, pylons, the Sphinx, the cathedral's strong spire thrusting up out of a vanishing or strange city. Miracles! Oh, stand in wonder, angel, for it was us, O great one. Tell the others of these things we shaped. My breath lacks power for that praise. So then we haven't failed these generous spaces, these spaces that are ours. How frighteningly vast they must be, since millennia of our feelings haven't crowded them. But one tower was great, was it not? Oh, angel, it was, even beside you. Charts was great, and music reached even higher, soared beyond us. But even just one woman in love, alone, at night, at her window, didn't she reach to your knee? Don't think I'm wooing, angel, and if I were, you wouldn't come, for my call is always full of away. Against such a powerful current you can't advance. My call to you is like a stiff, outstretched arm, and its hand, splayed and raised for grasping, stays before you always, as if to warn and ward off, ungraspable one, its palm out, wide open.